When it comes to getting stuff done, consistency is key. But how can you be consistent if you can't stay motivated? In this video, we'll cover tips for how to be consistent and how to get things done, even when you don't feel like it.
This is Ambition Candy, insights and motivation for your happiness and success.
Your alarm goes off early in the morning. You plan to get up at 5 a.m. today and exercise. But it's cold outside, your blankets are warm, and you just don't feel like getting out of bed yet. So you hit the snooze button.
You have a presentation to prepare. It's due tomorrow. You promised yourself that you would finish it this afternoon, but the topic isn't very interesting. You've still got time to work on it later tonight. You're not in the mood right now, so you decide to check your social media accounts instead.
One of the most common excuses you might give for not doing something you need to do is, "I don't feel like it," or "I'm not in the mood." You accept not feeling like it as a justifiable reason for not taking action. You tell yourself, "I just need to get motivated first."
Here's the truth. You can still do things even when you don't feel like it. Your mood does not limit your physical ability to complete a task. That's just something you're telling yourself to justify putting things off. According to Dr. Timothy A. Pychyl, author of Solving the Procrastination Puzzle,
we may spend a lifetime acting like a 3-year-old and rationalizing it to ourselves the whole time. I don't feel like it. I need to feel better in order to act. First, I need to feel better. No, you don't. In fact, your feelings will follow your behaviors. Progress on that task will improve your mood.
Okay, so it makes sense that you are physically capable of doing something even if you're not in the mood to do it. The question is, how do you get yourself to do these things when you don't feel like doing them? In this video, we'll discuss 5 powerful strategies for getting things done, regardless of how you feel about doing them.
Number 1. Recognize that your mood does not have to match the task. Sometimes you have negative thoughts about a specific task or even about your life in general. If repeated often enough, those thoughts can lead to a low mood. You don't feel like doing much. You put tasks off because you think you'll feel more like doing them later. That never happens. Unfinished tasks pile up. You feel overwhelmed, which leads to you feeling even less like doing anything.
Conventional wisdom will tell you that these feelings need to be fixed first before you can act. Instead, try reminding yourself that your feelings aren't preventing you from taking action. You don't need to feel like doing something to get it done. Motivation has a place. It can give you a feel-good boost to get yourself started on a project that you find meaningful. But it's not enough. Like all feelings, motivation is temporary. It can come and go.
You might start out excited about a new project, but then you hit obstacles. You make mistakes. Things get tough. If you're only relying on the feeling of motivation, you're likely to give up. By all means, do whatever you can to feel motivated, but also accept the fact that there's no motivational speaker in the world that's going to get you excited about going to the dentist or filing your taxes. Remind yourself that your mood does not have to match the task. You can feel bored and still do your taxes.
Number 2, remember that stressing about avoiding a task often feels worse than just doing it. According to the writer David Kane,
the moment you start acting on something, you are at the beginning of the end of the anxiety associated with that thing. Many or most procrastinators are pessimists, habitually overestimating the difficulty of what they're avoiding. They think doing it is the hard part, but not doing it is much harder.
Avoiding your responsibilities creates stressors in your life. Deadlines get missed, the stress builds up, and soon you are not able to function properly. Try telling yourself, the work involved is less painful than the stress of avoiding this. Once you begin taking action, you will feel a sense of relief that you are being proactive. As you make progress, good feelings increase. Stress related to avoidance feels terrible. Let the knowledge that you'll feel better after you get this job completed fuel your motivation to just get started.
Number 3. Experiment with small actions. You do not have to complete an entire task in one sitting. Aspirations like that can cause you to feel overwhelmed. Tell yourself, I can stand working on this for 10 minutes.
Breaking a project up into shorter work sessions, no matter how small, is still going to result in progress for you. Set a timer for 10 minutes and work on a task that you've been putting off. Set your feelings aside for those 10 minutes.
After the time is up, acknowledge that yes, in fact, you were able to take the action, even while feeling bored, tired, annoyed, or any uncomfortable emotion you experienced. You still did it. Repeat this process. Soon, you'll realize that you might as well finish the task now that you've gotten started.
Number 4. Notice how your mood improves after you take action. Positive moods usually come after you've taken positive actions. As you make progress, you may begin to feel optimistic.
Once you finish, you may feel satisfaction and more confidence in your ability to get things done. Even if you never feel better while you're working, you will at least experience a sense of relief that this task you've been dreading is finally over.
For long-term projects or habits, the more progress you make, the more likely you are to feel motivated to continue. But remember, even if you don't feel motivated or inspired, feeling good is not a prerequisite to taking action.
Number 5. Intentionally expand your ability to tolerate discomfort. This one is for those of you who are serious about pursuing your goals. Every worthwhile endeavor is going to involve work that's unfamiliar, difficult, or just plain boring. Thinking about tackling these projects will make you feel uncomfortable. You're not going to feel like doing them. You won't be in the mood.
Challenge yourself to actively embrace these tasks. See them as opportunities to strengthen your ability to tolerate uncomfortable feelings and get the job done anyway. Then celebrate these tiny wins and acknowledge your feelings of accomplishment. You've not only completed the task, but you've also strengthened your mental muscles needed to get things done, regardless of your temporary feelings.
Using your mood as an excuse to avoid a task is a type of procrastination. If you want to increase your ability to get things done, be sure to check out our procrastination video. There's a link in the description box below.
To sum up what we've learned about how to take action despite your mood, first, recognize that your mood does not have to match the task.
Next, remember that stressing about avoiding a task often feels worse than just doing it.
Then, experiment with small actions.
Notice how your mood improves after you take action.
Finally, intentionally expand your ability to tolerate discomfort.
Let go of the misconception that you have to be in the mood to work on a task. This just leads to putting things off. Instead of asking yourself, what do I feel like doing? Start asking yourself, what needs to be done? Or what's important for me to do?
You can complete a task even if you don't feel like doing it.
You'll feel better after you take action.
You can do this.
You've got this.
Begin it now.
For more help, check out the resources in the description box below. And leave a comment letting us know your best tips for taking action when you don't feel like it. Your suggestions may help or encourage others.
Knowing what to do is only half the battle. Lasting change comes after you've turned these ideas into habits. Bookmark this video and come back to it whenever you need a reminder or motivation to fuel your ambition.
Use your time wisely. It is a gift, and it is only temporary. The biggest risk you can take is to do nothing at all when you know there's something you need to do.